Welcome.
Well,
We're live. We're live.
Always.
We're live. Mr. Hathaway, Marley Coburn, bringing to you a science panel of sorts today. Is that correct,
very
Marley?
important science panel. Going to tell us about some inventions and new inventions. That's as much as I know.
Breaking news, top new things that are being developed right now.
So things that are going on currently in science.
As we speak.
And our first guest is going to be Rebecca Davis.
Hi. Hi, Becca. How are
Hello.
you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Good as always.
Alright, so I want to talk to you guys about the space balloon.
Oh.
It is a balloon that is going to take 8 passengers and a pilot up into space for like a couple hours.
Sweet.
It is being developed by...
Waterfalls.
Waterfall.
No.
Yeah.
There we go.
Stop casting.
There we go.
Back.
There's the space balloon.
It is, space balloon.
Woo.
So, it is being developed by the company Space Perspective.
Nice.
How many people again?
8 people and a pilot.
8 people and a pilot.
Do they have to be over the age of 18?
It was not specified, but I'm going to assume so for currently.
Who are going to be the first 8 people to go?
There is like a sign up list right now. You don't have to pay anything. It's just trying to see how many people are interested in it.
Are you would you go?
I'd 100% go, yes. It sounds fun.
I mean, I'm not keen on going up in a balloon. Like, I don't know. That seems a little risky. How safe is it?
From what I've seen, it seems very safe. They've done a lot of testing with it. The balloon is going to be lifted by hydrogen, not helium, because helium is they really need it for medical stuff right now, so it's in short supply. So they're going with hydrogen instead.
Do you know how much it weighs?
Very heavy.
Very heavy.
Yes.
Hydrogen also is combustible, correct?
I believe so.
The Hindenburg?
There you go.
Have you ever heard of the Hindenburg?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. So this is like a Zeppelin, more or less, going to space is what we're looking at here.
Basically,
A cross
yes.
between a Zeppelin and a hot air balloon.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Is that another picture?
Yeah.
That's sweet. So you can't see out, or is there going to be windows?
See the little thing on the bottom? That's where the people are gonna be.
They're
You
not
see the thing right next to it, Marley? That's
So-
Florida.
So
Is there anything else you want to tell us about the space balloon?
in the capsule there is like a viewing room, there's a bar, and there's a bathroom. So
Oh.
it's pretty cool.
Whoa.
Fully
How
stocked.
high up are you going?
They said it was gonna go up into like the uppermost like layer of the atmosphere, like a little more than that. Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you, Becca.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Space balloons.
All right. The next scientist we have up is Eli Bell. Come on
Ooh.
out.
Howdy.
How's it going, Eli?
It's going good, yeah.
All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your invention?
So my invention of sorts is by the scene park. It's an effort to kind of control how our permafrost is melting, which would then like slow down global warming if we can keep it intact.
Awesome.
Give me a little bit of the science behind that. How's that going to work?
So in the last ice age, we had like a ton of these animals that would graze these grasslands.
You want me to go to that slide?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Not that one.
Nope.
No,
What are we doing?
the one with the wool, yeah. So it looked like that, and they basically disrupted like the snow and stuff that acted as like an insulating blanket over the permafrost, which kept it very cold. But now that all those animals are extinct, so the snow like insulates and lets like photosynthesis get down and sunlight, which melts the permafrost, which then releases like carbon.
So are you going to bring a bunch of animals to this area?
So that's the idea. There's this crazy Russian dude who bought a bunch of horses, and
You always have to be
buffaloes.
careful of crazy Russian dudes.
I know
Just in general,
he
but
drives a tank around
all right.
in like
Oh.
northern Siberia.
Hey, that guy knows where it's at.
Yeah.
Mr. Shaw wouldn't let me do that.
But yeah, he got all these animals to try and recreate like the old ecosystem.
And how did it work?
So right now, the areas that he has the animals in are like, the permafrost is 3 degrees centigrade colder than the areas where he doesn't have the animals. So it's in like the first trials of temperature testing and stuff. But right now, it looks like it's gonna work.
How many animals does he use, do you know?
I know he's got a bunch of horses, yaks from like,
Oh, the yak.
wherever yaks are from. I think Nepal maybe. Buffalo.
When is he bringing the dinosaurs back?
He's not.
Well, that was my next question. When are the dinosaurs coming back?
Yeah, they aren't doing that.
Yaks are feisty. They talk back a lot too.
Dinosaurs?
Yakety
No,
yak.
yak.
Oh.
Yaks.
Do you want, what is that, did he explain this at all, or is that?
So basically, this is like the organic matter, like dinosaurs. I guess that's where the dinosaurs come in. And the permafrost is like the layer above that that's keeping all of that sealed off.
So you're saying the dinosaurs just come in as organic matter in the ground?
Right.
'Cause they're dead.
So they could be coming back. They're bones, I suppose. Yeah.
That's interesting.
All right.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, is that it for Eli?
That's it.
There's no dinosaurs, which is disappointing, but.
Alright, so up next we have Mr. Aiden Donald coming up to tell us about this.
Aiden, how's it going?
Pretty good, how about you?
Not too bad. We heard that you've been studying human regeneration. Can you
I
tell us a
have.
little bit about that?
So human regeneration, we already kind of do it. We regenerate our liver. Like if that gets cut in half, like our liver will regenerate. But what I'm researching and what scientists are trying to do is.
Hold on, can I stop for a second?
Sure.
Does that mean if I cut my liver in half, I would have 2 full ones later on?
No, unfortunately
Okay.
not.
All right, just checking. Continue on.
So what scientists are trying to do is we are trying to create a way to regenerate complex things like our hands, our hearts, lungs, even an entire arm. That would be the magnum opus of human regeneration.
That's awesome. How does this all work? How does your liver even regenerate? I don't even know that answer.
So livers regenerate because they're more like a cluster of cells than anything. So when your liver is cut in half, these clusters and colonies of cells duplicate. So it's really not like, livers aren't too complex, and they're very essential for survival. So our body has naturally adapted to revitalize them.
Like a starfish, kind of?
Yeah, like starfish. Starfish are very simple, so they can regenerate. So this is a kind of demonstration of axolotl regeneration. These are one of the very few complex animals that can regenerate, and that is due to the fact that they have a ton of stem cells, which are very adaptable, and they can do many different things. They aren't specialized at all. So once the wound is cut off, the wound itself starts to heal, and it forms what's known as a blastema, which is pretty much just a huge cluster of stem cells. From there, it uses the DNA blueprints inside its actual body to sort of differentiate like what it needs to create, like the different bones and tissues and muscles. And then over the course of around 6 months, it starts to heal.
That's awesome.
A very scientific approach. I like it. I gotta say, I know it's the medical term, but I think they're understating B. It's calling it trauma. Man, is that some trauma? I lost the whole hand. That is trauma. All right, I like it. You got anything else you want to tell us?
Sure. So it's a very like complicated process, and we are actually like sort of on the verge of some type of breakthrough, but it's hard. We have the DNA blueprints inside us to regrow limbs. In fact, you regrow limbs up until you're born. You have a specific gene inside you that allows you to regenerate tissue. So if you like don't have an arm as an embryo, you'll grow it back. So scientists right now are trying to figure out how to activate that gene post-birth.
Right. I mean, that would have major implications.
Oh.
Like major.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would be so much more careless if I knew that I could just regrow that hand.
Those were not the types of implications that I was speaking of, but I'm glad you thought of that.
Awesome.
Well, all right, thank you very much, Aiden. Appreciate it.
Sweet.
Appreciate your time.
Nice one.
So last but certainly not least, we have Adrian and Nick coming to tell us about their made-up invention, I believe. Their
Excuse
made-up
me.
corporation.
Excuse me. No. This is not made up. There's massive amounts of science behind this.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so hi, I'm Adrian Cummins, and this is my associate Nick Krebs, and we're from the International Department in Outside Thinking.
Also known as Aiden.
We're the idiots.
And here's our inventions.
All right, but first we have a little history. We might not. Oh,
You gotta hit the arrow.
thing. We have a little history. We might not have time to show the video, but our origins go back to a simpler time, 2011. Our company was founded back in 2011 by my older brother, Christopher Cummins, with his invention, Good Drink. After his success, he founded Idiot and started to hire innovative thinkers, including me and my friend here.
We proceeded to Zuckerberg him and turn the company into a monopoly. Here's a brief video.
Sick of boring old soda and other man-made products? We'll have Good. It's 100% naturally made H2O. It can water your plants.
Nick?
I can't
You
see
drank?
it forward. Okay.
Okay. So, here we have some innovative ideas. Here'll be just a few of them. First of all, the diet water. Then after that, we'll show you the regenerating brick.
And then after that, we have 4 inventions, including the dehydratable house, the sky hook, the hairy leggings, and of course, our morphing stairs.
And,
Our latest invention, the robo-serpents,
yes.
also known as the chatbot.
Can I ask about a few of those?
Oh, they're all coming up after.
Oh, they're all coming up.
They're all.
We're
All
gonna,
right.
we're gonna talk briefly about our previous inventions, and then we'll get to the main attraction, which is a robot serpent.
All right,
All
carry on.
So, alright. So you thought I would be here advertising like a sort of diet water. That's boring. That's too unoriginal. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Better Drink. What makes Better Drink better than its predecessor, Good Drink? Well, unlike Good Drink, Better Drink is 110% organically made H2O. Not only will it hydrate your plants, it will provide them with, all those nutrients and those minerals that, it needs to live. Your plants will literally just be able to grow any environment. Doesn't matter. You want like a banana tree, down up here in Maine? Better Drink.
Can we drink it as humans?
Yes.
You can, look at this.
Better Drink can be drank at any time, anywhere. It'll help you keep things cool, and most importantly, it regenerates bones and messes up your styled hair.
Does this have anything to do with Aiden Donald's presentation on human regeneration?
Yeah, he
No.
actually stole our idea. Alright.
Alright. So, next up. The biggest contributor, our biggest contribution to society is the regenerating brick. Basically, what we did was grab some sand hydrogel scaffolding and inoculated it with
I believe.
Cinnamon? Was it cinnamon?
Cyanocosis. It's a bacteria that converts CO2 to sugar. So, for example, let's say you built a garage for your. Don't. No, wait, crap. Alright. So let's say you built this garage for your trebuchet. But oh no, click it. Some space balloon has crashed into your garage.
Plastic space balloons.
Yeah, space balloon.
And your garage.
And just your garage is destroyed. Well, here's the good news. You built it out of incorporated regenerating bricks. So your garage regenerates itself. And boom! Your trebuchet is no longer exposed to the open world. It's safe and sound in your recently rebuilt garage.
We got switch positions now.
Could be big on hurricane season. Or tornado season.
Thanks, idiots. All right. Up next, part of our 4 future inventions. First things up, the dehydrated house. You know, boomers are always saying, your house is your greatest asset. Not anymore. It's not. That's wrong. The dehydrated house. We're gonna look at this. You can move your house wherever you want, and just like one of those little dinosaur capsules, you move it wherever you want. Put the water in it, just add water, your house will grow and harden, and you have your house wherever you want. Dehydrated house. Next up, the skyhook. All right, this is how we're gonna make a monopoly on space. I told you we're making monopolies, we're making monopolies. This is the skyhook, also known as the space eater or the space tether. It's comprised of a long shaft with a counterweight at one end, a hook at the other. And as you can see, that's the long tether, and as you see, we'll spin around on its center of gravity and make it slightly cheaper and easier for rockets to be able to get into space. The reason it's only slightly cheaper and easier is because we're gonna make people pay a lot of money to use it. That's how we make a monopoly here, folks. So here we go. Our next one. Any questions? Because this next one is pretty important.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have anything to do with that?
No, it's all us.
All right.
All right, next
He
one.
had a good skyhook.
Oh, well, it's our skyhook now. We bought it.
All right.
All right, this is our next
Hairy
one.
leggings. Tell us about that.
Okay, so Marley, do you ever have problems with people looking at your legs?
Always. Every single day.
Yeah, every single day. Well, don't worry. You can get the hairy leggings.
Awesome.
Nope. Like, you think anyone's gonna want to look at your legs after this? Like, we're actually wearing them right now. They work really well. They work really well. And you may think these are gonna be actually really expensive because they're actually a really nice piece of tech. Don't worry, they're actually made in a sweatshop, so they're only $19.99 per.
Are those shoes included in the leggings or are those hairy
No,
shoes?
you just get the leggings. They have some heavy metals in them, so they might destroy your skin. But I think it's a pretty good deal.
Oh, all right.
Move on to the morphing stairs.
The morphing stairs. All right, so we have to talk about this. There's a systemic injustice against the targeted people here in the United States.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And this is about stairs.
All right.
They're evil. How many times have you fallen down the stairs?
A couple.
Let's know this.
It has happened. a few
One's pretty
times.
bad, actually.
But I can guarantee you it's not as bad as if you're in a wheelchair. If you're in a wheelchair, you basically require ramps. Like, if you don't have a ramp, you can't really do anything. You can't work. And if you're on the second floor, you can't do anything. So introducing the morphing stairs. These stairs, at any time, at the click of a button, will transform from a stair into a ramp. At any time. You click a button, stair into ramp. It's great. People love it. Everyone will be able to sleep easier knowing that their stairs can just turn into ramps. And millions more will sleep harder knowing that at any time, the stairs under them can turn into a slide.
This is your best invention.
I
It
like
is.
this one.
I mean, this one's very good.
Quickly.
All right. And now finally,
This is the one we've been waiting for, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
this is the
Finally.
one you've been waiting for.
Big finale.
Up last, but most certainly not least, your own robot servant. Why does this exist?
Because of Rocky. The movie Rocky. Have you seen Rocky?
Yeah, the robot servant.
Which one was it where he had the robot servant?
That was Rocky 4.
Rocky 4.
All right. So, well, we just saw some guys who like had created a dancing robot.
So we thought, alright, we can do better than that. That's cringe.
Exactly. So we did. This robot can do anything from cooking, cleaning, maintaining like your lawn and stuff to, yes, even dancing.
Yeah, and that's alright. Like these guys, they have their dumb dancing robot, but let's be honest, our epic Chad bot is way better. Alright, let me just move this up here. Look at this. Like it works for a living. Its credit score is 850. It can kick that other robot's butt while dancing at the same time on its arms. Like it can do the Irish dance and kick the crap out of that other robot within 2 seconds. Like even if you pair this up against your woolly mammoth that you just resurrected, it would crush it. One fist, instantly destroyed. All right.
So it's like the Terminator.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Except it also does your dishes.
I'm with you.
All right. So basically, it's gonna do your dishes. And it's actually part of the Navy SEALs. It graduated top of its class in the Navy SEALs. Over 300 confirmed kills. Easily destroyed any other robot. It's graduated in guerrilla warfare. So you don't have to ever worry about it getting destroyed. It's super good. You know, if we went over some of the animals that this robot could destroy, it would easily be probably all but fish.
So it's like a cross between Bradley Cooper and the Terminator, is what you're telling me.
Absolutely.
All right.
And it can also do your dishes, so it's also a cross to your wife.
Does everyone in the world get one of these? Every person?
Only if you can pay for it. We have a monopoly on it still.
Oh.
And if you try to buy another robot, our robot will beat the crap out of it.
Oh.
It'll personally go over and destroy it.
All right.
So it is pretty epic. It's
Might be
epic.
the best one yet.
Yeah, it is. This is our latest invention, as you see it here. Look at that. Like the other robot, we go back.
How tall is it in real life?
It's 6'7".
6'7"?
Yeah.
It's tall.
Yeah, it is very tall. It's much, as you see, this is actually the scale of how tall their robot is compared to how tall our robot is, and how wide. You know, as our robot is much wider, much stronger.
Theirs looks a little sleeker.
Yeah, but well, notice that they don't have hands, do they?
Yeah, they don't.
How are you supposed to work if you don't have hands? Like, and also the broad shoulders. Look at our
Could
broad.
they get regenerating bricks for hands? Would that be possible?
They don't need regenerating bricks.
It'd be
That's
like
how strong they are.
Sandman
They're made of Chad aluminum, so they're actually like indestructible.
Oh, so it is the Terminator.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I like it.
I do too.
Any
All right.
questions?
Yep, that's it.
That's all you got? Awesome.
All right.
Thank you for showing up today.
Oh, you're very
Just like to thank you guys, for having us here. We hope that will you guys give us money for these?
Yeah, we kind of just got on Shark Tank and they didn't give us anything.
I'm not in charge of Buzz Media finances. That's.
Hey, Mr.
I think
Davis, how much
that's,
money did we make?
I think that's actually parking.
All right, welcome back. You notice I have a new sidekick down the way, Mason Woodbury. Mace, good to see you.
Good to see you, as always, Michael J. Hathaway.
It's actually G. Good guess though.
Hathaway is a G.
I've also made a wardrobe change just because, that's what the intern suggested here. But here we go. We have some more science presentations. Aiden is going to tell us a little bit about his Starship that he's looking at. What do you got for us, Aiden?
So, I'm sure everybody's heard about the Elon Musk mission to get people on Mars, and this is probably the most important part, is it's the rocket that's going to be bringing people there and back. It's based around 3 main objectives, which is launching and refueling, where it separates into 2 stages, and then obviously the landing, if it's going to be reusable. For next slide. For the launch, there's 2 main pieces. There's the rocket, and then there's what they call super heavy, which once it gets up into the atmosphere, it'll break off and have controlled fall back to Earth. There's 4 steel structures that deploy to help it steer back to the launch pad for landing, but Elon tweeted not that long ago that he now plans to use an arm that sticks out from the launch tower to catch it.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Who's flying the rocket?
I honestly don't know.
I mean, it's done from the ground, right? There's not a person in the rocket. Or is there a person in the rocket?
Right now there hasn't been, but I mean, obviously when they go up, they will, but right now I have no idea who's doing.
I would want the guy from Apollo 13. Have you seen that movie?
Not in a very long time.
The guy
I've
that-
been on a while.
Right. I want that. I want. Who was the? Davis, help me out. Who was the flight guy? Was it Kevin Bacon?
Oh, I don't
Or
know.
is it Tom Hanks?
I think
You
it's
said
Tom Hanks.
could
I
fly
know
a
there's
Washington,
the accident
right?
up there.
Right.
Obviously, you want Tom Hanks in any situation.
Obviously, Tom Hanks. I think I'd take Kevin Bacon as a close second, though. I feel like he could fly a rocket.
I don't think I would.
No?
I don't have confidence in Kevin Bacon.
No.
Mason?
I'm pretty sure it's just a movie, so I'd like to
Mason,
see
bringing
that.
some reality. All right, you keep going, Aiden. Tell us a little bit more about this.
So once it gets up into orbit and it separates, the main piece will hook onto another Starship, and using the same mechanism that it does for the piece that brings it up into space. And for that you can refuel it. And Elon said that it can use the same amount of fuel. Takes the same amount of fuel to get up into orbit as it would to get to Mars from orbit. So that just, I guess that just kind of shows how much force it takes to get through the atmosphere.
Right.
Then onto the landing. As I'm sure you've all seen, that's the most difficult part because he hasn't gotten a successful landing yet. Most spaceships, when they land, they have runways and land like an airplane or parachutes and whatnot. This one, it kind of belly flops, like falls sideways in the atmosphere to slow it down. And like the Super Heavy, it has landing flaps to slow it down enough to hopefully where you can get an engine thrust to spin it around so it's vertical. And that will
I need that when I'm doing my belly flops off the diving board. I need some landing flaps.
Yeah, the landing flaps and the thrust, the engine thrust.
I do like the belly flop landing though. It reminds me of, you remember the America's Got Talent show when they had the people jump off the pool, or jump off the like tall ladder into the little like kiddie pool? I think that's what I'm picturing here with the belly flop landing. All right, it brings to the next part.
Onto the important slide. The importance is that it's a massive step in the common goal of putting humans on Mars, and that opens obviously a whole new world for us. With humans, we can get more accurate information, figure out what we need to get people to have cities there, and it's very important because if we ever face like a mass extinction from an asteroid or something, that's our closest option.
Right.
I guess that's it.
I think if I'm gonna colonize Mars, I want Matt Damon with me.
Mason?
He was the Martian. He
I
grew all the. Was that a movie, Mason? That wasn't
Yeah.
real.
Well,
Matt Damon
I mean,
really wasn't stuck on
Matt
Mars.
Damon there.
Matt Damon, friend of the show too, by the way.
I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Not for you, Hat.
Oh, for Aiden. What do you got, Aiden?
Our guest on the show. All right, Aiden. Now, does this incentivize the continued pollution of Earth, as now the elite have a escape to Mars?
That's a good question. I'd say in the short run, yes, but in the long run, no. Because with the short run, you're using a lot more fuel and burning a lot more fumes into the atmosphere. But if we get people on Mars, hopefully that will they'll have less of us here on Earth. So in the long run, it should make it better.
You heard it here first, folks. Michael Hathaway, do you have any questions for this young man?
I do not. I like this. I'm in on it. I know this isn't Shark Tank, but I'm in.
It has been given the Mike Hathaway thumbs up of approval.
We got Jake here. He's going to tell us a little bit about his acoustic fire extinguisher. Take it away, Jake.
So the acoustic fire extinguisher, basically, it works by using sound waves to push oxygen away from the source of a flame and spread it over a larger surface area. So these actions would break the fire combustion triangle made up of heat, fuel, and oxygen, the three things that a fire needs to burn. So the acoustic fire extinguisher will put flames out using low frequency base without relying on water or chemicals. And it was originally developed to put out household fires, but they realized it has potential for putting out wildfires, fires in automotive shops, putting it in a firefighting drone, or mount it in arrays on top of a fire truck. So
Boy, firefighting drone, mates. What do you think about that?
That is quite the idea.
I like the firefighting drone. I tend to use my low frequency bass just to bump like 90s rap in my car. But this seems like a good use, Jake. Tell us a little more.
So it's very important because if it matches the potential that it has, that it could change the way that we fight fires. It could be a safer and more effective alternative than sending our firefighters inside the buildings and burning forests, and it could replace like the regular fire extinguisher.
Does it just any bass noise sent at a fire puts it out?
No, it's like very low, like 30 to 60 hertz.
How many hertz am I?
I don't know how it works.
Can we find that out? I'd like to know. I want to know if I can put out fire with my voice.
So they tried it when they created it. They tried it with the high frequency to see it so it would be faster, but it didn't work. So then they put it to the low. And
General speech tone is 100 to 120 hertz is the frequency. So you're talking a lot lower than this.
Yeah.
You said this was around 30?
30 to 60.
30 to 60, so it's pretty low. I might not even hear it.
I don't know. I really
Gentura will never hear it. Gentura and Gray, like they'll never.
They have no idea.
They're way
that's
too old.
Yeah,
They'll never
that's
hear
true. They're never gonna hear that.
Right?
And high pitched voices don't work.
No.
That's good. I don't want a lot of high pitched screaming at a fire.
All right, so in the book Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, we see a world where fire has been completely eradicated and the authoritarian government uses the firefighters to start fires. Do you think that by eradicating fires, we could be moving towards this type of world?
I have no clue.
And what you mean by that is an authoritative government?
Yes. Due to the fact that fires have been eradicated, do you think that this book could be a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Never know. Oh, could be.
Mason, we don't like to get political on the Morning Buzz.
I like it. I'm here for it.
All right.
All right, we're done.
Anything else you want to tell us, Jake?
Just Scott. There is the pros and cons of it, where there is a possibility of the fire reigniting when it's turned off, but that's a pretty low chance.
Right.
But
It's not taking care of the heat.
Somebody turn that music back on.
It does come with some good benefits, where you wouldn't be exposed to toxic chemicals of other fire extinguishers. And those chemicals also damage like nearby equipment and possibly other people that are around. The acoustic fire suppression technology is clean and efficient, and it never has to be refilled, so you can always use it.
Nice. You got anything else, Base?
Could this possibly cripple the firefighting industry and put millions out of jobs?
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
You like to take it to extremes, Mason.
I like the darkness of Mason. Sorry, Jake. What was your answer?
I think that it would help them because they'd need someone to control the drone. That's jobs. Need someone to use the array on top of the fire truck, and they could still, the firefighters that go in could take it in with them.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it.
Great interview.
Alright, so I have the Hyperloop by Elon Musk. So it's like an electromagnetic train, and it can travel almost 400 miles in a little over half an hour. And it's going to go from Los Angeles to San Francisco in 30 minutes. It's important because it offers a new solution to traffic congestion, and it opened doors to a lot of new methods of travel.
Is it basically like going through one of those little speed things on Mario Kart?
Yeah, kinda. It's
Right.
pretty fast.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, your name is Cam Swan. Welcome to the show.
He doesn't mess around. There's no time for that.
So excited to get
Right
right
to
into
business.
it. I like it. All right, carry on, Cam.
Yeah, so it's gonna be ready around 2029. They've been working on it since like 2012. They have like people from like schools and stuff can like participate in like helping design it. So they have like competitions so you can like design the better, like train for it, stuff. Some bad things about this invention is that Elon Musk wants it to combat aviation travel, and it's might be bad for the environment.
So Delta's not super happy with him, probably.
No, not yet. Then on that, because it's not.
I don't know if digging through Los Angeles is bad for the environment.
Yeah, I don't know.
I might take a pass on that one. What do you think, Mace?
No comment.
Oh, you're all dark before, but you won't throw any shade on LA. Come on, man. All right, Cam. What else you got for us?
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
What's going to be the biggest advantage of having this?
it's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah.
So it's going to change travel.
Yeah.
Is it like when I go to the bank and you park in the outside drive lane and you put it in the thing and then your money goes like that? Is that how it works?
Yeah, kind of. Except it's on like a electromagnetic track kind of thing.
But you're not in a train. You're in like a little thingy, right? Like a.
You have lower air pressure, so it
Yeah.
increases your velocity.
Kind of, yeah. That's what he's talking about.
All right, I do have a question for Mr. Cameron
Bernoulli's
Swan.
principle, in case you're wondering. But carry on. Go ahead.
What was that?
Bernoulli's principle. That's what that is.
What's Bernoulli's principle?
Yeah, well, it relates velocity and pressure. So where you have the lower air pressure, that's the higher speed. That's how they design airplane wings. Carry on.
All right, so we have Elon Musk, who is most likely in contention for human to do the most change for the species, up there with
Cam Swan.
obviously Cam Swan, the man who created penicillin, founding fathers, and the people who brought us the Pop-Tart. Do you think that
Also the people that made railroads. But go.
that is correct? Do you think that this could be due to him being a lizard?
I think it could be up
A
there.
secret lizard society
Like
that
a
lives
chameleon?
under us.
They live under us.
Mm-hmm.
I picture more like chameleons. Like they live among us. I don't know. Where are you gonna go first if you can do this?
But where would I go?
Yeah.
Well, you can only go from Los Angeles to.
That's the only place you can go right now?
Well, that's the first one they did.
That's the first one. Where else are they gonna put them, do you
They're
think?
gonna put one in India. It's gonna go from India.
Alright.
Yeah.
How fast, if I was at my house and I had a Hyperloop to Levitt, how long would it take me to get to work?
Probably a couple minutes, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it only takes me 10 minutes right now, so I feel like
If
that's.
you're going 700 something miles an hour. I don't
But
know.
they'd have to build one from your house
Yeah.
to here. They're not
Right.
gonna do that.
Well, depends how fast it is. At 400 miles an hour, I'd like to know how long.
I mean, like from here, you want one to like Montreal or Boston, right?
I could sleep like an extra like 5 minutes every morning. That would be great.
Love it. Anything else you'd like to tell us, Cam?
That's it.
Mace, you have any other questions for our guest here today?
My question is, how long do you think it's going to be before this is a regular mode of transportation?
Maybe like 2040 or something.
2040.
40.
It's a good time scale.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you, Cam. Appreciate it.